Set in 1983, Trump Tower is an iconic New York landmark on Fifth Avenue. Of course, beyond that, it is Trump Organization HQ and the original family home of the Prez and his wife Melania and their son Barron. But what if it was at the center of a malicious plot? Hello and welcome back to Life's Biggest Questions. I'm your host Rebecca Felgate, and today we're asking, what if Trump Tower was attacked? Before we launch into this video, I just want to ask you guys to leave me a comment letting me know what you think would happen if the Trump Tower was attacked. Also, do make sure you've clicked on that notification bell so you don't miss an episode of Life's Biggest Questions. The Trump Tower is located at 5th Avenue between 56th and 57th, and it is a multi-use skyscraper, the 64th tallest building in New York City. The building contains condominiums, including the Trump family penthouse, which Donald, Melania, and Barron lived in until 2011. It is the headquarters of the Trump Organization. It's a popular shopping spot containing retailers such as Coach, Nike, and Gucci, and it also houses a number of restaurants, including the Trump Grill. Day to day, there are thousands of people in the building, which has its atrium open until 5 p.m. Depending on what time of day the building was attacked, would depend on how many people would be affected. In 2017, the New York City Police Commissioner James O'Neill said, "Trump Tower itself now presents a target to those who wish to commit acts of terror against our country, further straining our limited counter-terrorism resources." He's right. Although it comes at a cost, the Trump Tower is now one of the most secure buildings in New York, especially since Donald Trump became the president. Since his inauguration in 2017, the Trump Tower has been under government security protection. When Trump is in residence, this protection costs $308,000 a day. When he isn't, it costs $4.5 million a year to secure the building. Any would-be attacker would absolutely have their work cut out for them. The place is like Fort Knox. When we think of an attack on a New York skyscraper, we can't help but think of 9/11, one of the worst terror attacks in history. When the planes flew into the towers, it culminated in the deaths of over 3,000 people. These days though, an attack like that simply could not be replicated. For one, New York City is a Class B controlled airspace, and now there is a no-fly zone over Trump Tower. Trump Tower is, like the Prez has boasted, actually built well. It is a reasonably safe place to be. Even if an arsonist decided to try and light a fire to attack the tower, they probably wouldn't get too far. A fire broke out in one of the Trump Tower condos earlier this year, killing one man and injuring 6 firefighters. That isn't great. However, the fact that the fire didn't spread is miraculous. Apparently the tower is pretty super fireproof, meaning even if an attack fire was lit, it probably wouldn't do too much damage. Okay, so a person couldn't fly a plane into it or start a fire in it. Could they sneak a bomb in it? Well, recently there was a bomb threat at the Chicago Trump Tower, although that was not real in the end. The New York Tower though, like I say, is very secure, although perhaps an explosive device could be snuck in. However, it would likely be rudimentary, not a big bomb, and in that case it likely wouldn't cause significant damage to the tower, although it could harm civilians. What also could harm civilians would be an active shooter. If Trump Tower was attacked, I imagine the situation would be brought under control very quickly and the perpetrators captured. However, for safe measure, the area surrounding the building would be closed off and the building surrounded evacuated, causing disruption in the city. Any attack against Trump Tower would make newspaper headlines and Twitter would be alight with gossip. But really, this is probably all an attack would be: headlines. There is almost zero chance of an attacker being able to harm the 45th President of the United States, the person, I presume, by attacking the tower, they want to hurt. 1, he now lives at the White House, and 2, his security detail are so heavy on it. Honestly, if Trump Tower was attacked, it would be a cry for attention and nothing more, and if people got hurt in that cry, well, it would be awful, but beyond localized tragedy, it wouldn't have any real impact on the city or Trump's presidency other than causing further tension in an already tense time, when instead, people should be focusing on constructive resolutions. Basically, in short, you'd have to be an idiot to even try and attack Trump Tower. So guys, what do you think? What would happen if Donald Trump's tower was attacked? Do you think that anyone could do any damage? Am I being way too optimistic? Let me know in the comments section down below. Also, do let us know what question you'd like us to answer next here at Life's Biggest Questions. If you like this video, make sure you give it a good thumbs up, share it with a friend, and of course stay subscribed for more big answers. I'm your host Rebecca Felgate. I'll catch you in the next video, but until then, stay curious, stay alert, and never ever stop questioning.